Welcome to A Spot of Poetry, featuring outstanding poetry written by outstanding poets. I'm your host, Joe Pizzo. Today's featured poet was born in Saigon, Vietnam, and immigrated to the United States at the age of 2. Living in Connecticut as part of a working-class family, our poet after high school attended Manchester Community College and transferred to Pace University to study marketing. Our poet soon transferred again to Brooklyn College and earned a degree in 19th century American literature, followed by an MFA in poetry at NYU. Change seems to be at the heart of our poet's writing, but the change is not pleasant. According to poetryfoundation.org, the poems feature transformation, desire, and violent loss. The same source cites an interview conducted by Edward J. Rathke, who learns that our poet sees form not only as, quote, a vehicle for the poem's movement, unquote, but also as, quote, an extension of the poem's content, a space where tensions can be investigated even further. The way the poem moves through space, its enjambment or end-stopped line breaks, its utterances and stutters all work in tangent with the poem's conceit. Our poet has been awarded numerous honors. A Ruth Lilly and Dorothy Sargent Rosenberg Poetry Fellowship was awarded from the Poetry Foundation in 2014. Fellowships from the Elizabeth George Foundation, Poets House, Kundiman, and the Saltonstall Foundation for the Arts were also earned. Additional awards include an Academy of American Poets Prize, a Pushcart Prize, and a Beloit Poetry Journal Chad Walsh Poetry Prize. Our poet's works have been published in various publications, including The Atlantic, Harper's, The New Yorker, The Paris Review, The Village Voice, and American Poetry Review, which awarded our poet the Stanley Kunitz Prize for Younger Poets. BuzzFeed Books named our poet one of 32 essential Asian American writers. And profiles have been featured on NPR's All Things Considered, PBS NewsHour, and in Teen Vogue, Interview, and Poets and Writers. Our poet's books of poetry include 2016's Night Sky with Exit Wounds, which was awarded the 2017 T.S. Eliot Prize. Chapbooks including Burnings from 2010, which was an Over the Rainbow selection by the American Library Association, and No from 2013. Today's featured poet is Ocean Vuong. Our featured poem is Aubade with Burning City. South Vietnam, April 29th, 1975. Armed Forces Radio played Irving Berlin's White Christmas as a code to begin Operation Frequent Wind, the ultimate evacuation of American civilians and Vietnamese refugees by helicopter during the fall of Saigon. Milk-flower petals on the street like pieces of a girl's dress. May your days be merry and bright. He fills a teacup with champagne, brings it to her lips. Open, he says. She opens. Outside, a soldier spits out his cigarette as footsteps fill the square like stones fallen from the sky. May all your Christmases be white. As the traffic guard unstraps his holster, his hand running the hem of her white dress, his black eyes, her black hair, a single candle, their shadows, 2 wicks. A military truck speeds through the intersection, the sound of children shrieking inside. A bicycle hurled through a store window. When the dust rises, a black dog lies in the road, panting, its hind legs crushed into the shine of a white Christmas. On the nightstand, a sprig of magnolia expands like a secret heard for the first time. The treetops glisten and children listen. The chief of police, face down in a pool of Coca-Cola. A palm-sized photo of his father soaking beside his left ear. The song moving through the city like a widow. Oh, white, I'm dreaming of a curtain of snow falling from her shoulders. Snow crackling against the window. Snow shredded with gunfire. Red sky. Snow on the tanks rolling over the city walls. A helicopter lifting the living just out of reach. The city so white it is ready for ink. The radio saying, run, run, run. Milk flower petals on a black dog, like pieces of a girl's dress. May your days be merry and bright. She is saying something neither of them can hear. The hotel rocks beneath them. The bed a field of ice cracking. Don't worry, he says, as the first bomb brightens their faces. My brothers have won the war. And tomorrow, the lights go out. I'm dreaming. I'm dreaming to hear sleigh bells in the snow. In the square below, a nun on fire runs silently toward her God. Open, he says. She opens. Thank you for joining me for a spot of poetry featuring outstanding poet Ocean Vuong and his outstanding poem, Aubade with Burning City. Be sure to listen next time for more outstanding poetry written by outstanding poets. For a spot of poetry, I'm Joe Pizzo. May your day be filled with poetry.